So today's topic is by Barbara White. Your soul is bigger than the trauma. I want to read few lines about the author. After a life-changing spiritual experience in her early 20s, Barbara has dedicated her life to service. Having healed from childhood violence, Barbara has a deep, compassionate understanding of people's suffering and how to use suffering to empower purpose and be a love warrior. She has written 4 books on self acceptance, is a best selling Amazon author, created a training program called the Self Acceptance Process to support traditional therapists in incorporating compassion and transpersonal elements in their work, and continues to humbly allow God, love, and earth energies to perform healing through her. Barbara is a social and environmental activist and also an animal rights activist, has created a community healing space for low income communities. Barbara has volunteered for years at local animal sanctuaries and vegetarian festivals. Now, this is a beautiful article written by her. So, I'll continue to read that for you all. So, here Barbara shares, when I was told at the tender age of 23 by my hero and mentor that I was going to hell for being bisexual, I tried desperately to kill my authentic expression. This self containment led to depression and darkness, ultimately to the life changing realization that divine loves all parts of me. Loving all parts, the guilt, the hate, the fear, I found a me that was beyond yet included. Everything within me is lovable and ultimately is love. I discovered that nothing can separate me from God. I realized the most remarkable human arrogance is to think these parts are separate. These inner realizations were the beginning of my service, writing 6 books and self acceptance process. 23 years after listening deeply to hundreds of people's journeys, serving and growing, I'm confident that everyone is fundamentally good, worthy, and an expression of love. People who love all parts gently and organically surrender to their inherent worth and love people. We are 100% responsible for healing our stuff, but not at fault. Shame only causes people to hurt more, be addicted, and hurt others. Generational trauma is passed on to us. We have systematic systems of oppression. Hurt people, and this is not the individual's fault. Our systems are broken, but the essence of who someone is can never be broken. Looking within is scary for everyone. I think the ego tries to convince you that you will discover something horrible. You will not. Look within, and you will have to face pain, trauma, and ancestral trauma. This doesn't sound easy, I know. It does take effort, and I have seen with a tiny bit of willingness to grow, to love all parts, there is harmony, grace, or a divine presence that helps you. Your soul knows wholeness, it knows the path. No darkness is bigger than the universal love or God. If I can heal from childhood incest, you can heal. Miracles are possible. The darkness serves the light. The mud brings lotus flowers. Face the pain, and you'll realize the divine love you truly are. Your soul, the real you, is bigger than any trauma, pain, or issue. The trauma is the mud to your self realization. You are fundamentally good. You were created in God or divine's image. No pain, trauma, or someone's hate can change the core of who you are, your love. Trust is the opposite of shame. Trust who you are. Absolute freedom comes in feeling how connected you are. Relaxing into our essential self is the opposite of shame. Loving all parts is your doorway to trust. Shame is, I am bad or I am unworthy. I must earn my worth, or there is fundamental badness within me. The trauma or pain is not your fault. The real you cannot be fought for, earned, or lost. It's you. It's who the divine made you to be. You are fundamentally good. When someone says good girl to my doggy Masa, I usually playfully say fundamentally good. I know she doesn't know the difference. However, the re-languaging of a simple phrase is life-changing for me. This perspective is epically different than most of our upbringings that conditioned us to be a good boy or good girl. Most caretakers didn't distinguish between punishing behavior and punishing the person. Possibly they didn't know the difference or were raised the same way. Also, shame is a very effective control mechanism used by religion, educational systems, parents, etc. And maybe at their core, like all us humans, they didn't trust their true self or essential nature or inner light. Why? Because surrendering the shame means letting go of all our survival mechanisms that have become our limited identity. This is the self acceptance process. You free yourself by going towards pain and compassionately witnessing the parts that attack ourselves or others. Do the inner work. Learn from a trauma informed mentor or therapist who has done their inner work. Your dream and inner peace are more than possible. Today, I identify as cisgender, straight appearing, bisexual, ecologically identified, monogamous, spiritual badass, queen of a woman, and I am love. May we all celebrate our diverse bodies, sexualities, colors, identities, painful parts, and backgrounds held by the consciousness of who we truly are love. I am living my dream of an animal sanctuary, finishing my next book with my beloved husband and rescued animals. And he says that we host day retreats, mini retreats of Qigong, self acceptance, and equine therapy. I will share the details of our website, Masters. This is a beautiful article I came across. I mean, here the author might be having a different thing, but all of us, we tend not to, we are really afraid of going within, as she mentioned, because we might discover parts that we ourselves do not like because of our upbringing or because of our traumas or our conditioning, societal conditioning, or could be many other reasons. So she so beautifully puts it as to that at the end of the core essence is fundamentally every human is good and we are nothing but but love. And when you think about being fundamentally good, right, whenever we look at anything or anybody being fundamentally good, I think it really shifts our perspective and eliminates the bias that we have when we talk to people. Rather, we come into that mode of understanding and compassion. So I truly loved this and I loved like the amazing work that the author is doing. So I somehow felt like sharing this article with you all. Thank you so much for listening. If anyone would like to share your perspective or your meditation experience, please feel free to unmute, Masters. And it's so important these days as more and more awareness is coming about self acceptance and self love, how important it is. And everything changes when we start going within and loving ourselves. We not only, it impacts us, but also others around us, the way we perceive the world. So, yeah. Anybody would like to share your experience, Masters? Please feel free to unmute, or I can unmute you if you raise your hand. Thank you, Sandeep ji. Thank you, Sushila ji. If no one has anything to share, thank you all once again for joining our meditation. Wish you all a blessed day, Masters.
Namaste.